Well, that was a beautiful introduction, and you made me feel really welcome, so thank you. And like she said, I'm Amber Michelle. I guess I can stand over here. I got into poetry when I was young, and I took a really long break from poetry, but then there was something missing in my life, and I needed to change it up, and I got advice by just putting pen to paper. And so I started writing again and fueling myself again, and I started to surround myself with people that were a lot wiser than me. I started to read a lot of books that had a lot of wisdom. And one thing that I learned that I wanted to share with you guys tonight is just words are so powerful. Words are magical. And I know that kind of sounds hokey pokey, but it's true. Words are magical. Words, when we say them, it's like we're casting a spell out into the world. It's kind of why they call it spelling, when we kind of say words. So we have to be mindful of that type of power we hold when we do speak. And so there's really two types of ways that we speak. There's pure magic, and then there's black magic. And pure magic is when we're spreading good words, good messages, when we're confident in who we are. We're being positive about the people and the situations we're in. Black magic is gossiping, spreading a lie, not being authentically who we are. So we have to take accountability and have that responsibility of what we say, because it's the power that's within us. And really, not only should we be aware of what we're saying, we also have to be aware of what we're consuming, because we're a sum of what we consume. Everything that we're consuming from our friends, from our phones, it's what makes us us. So what are we being inspired by? It's important to know what types of things that you're getting inspired by. So I'm going to read a poem by one of my favorite poets. Her name is Allie Michelle, and it's not just because we have the same middle name why I love her work. She really asks important questions, and the poem I'm going to read is called Beyond the Surface, and then I'm going to read a poem of one of my own. Beyond the Surface by Allie Michelle. Why do we always ask the same questions? What is your name? Where are you from? What do you do? This teaches us nothing about what they have been through. We learn little about who they truly are, their hopes and dreams, or how they learned from their scars. There is a mechanicalness in the average conversation. We are either on autopilot or caught in our agenda's fixation. Sometimes we ask new questions out of infatuation. We must ask better questions for the sake of connection. Stories unite us and dissolve us of our fear of rejection. Each being is a teacher and can give a gift, a lesson that will bring you closer to finding your bliss. Our deepest connections often come in the form of who we least expect. They smack us awake and show us what we need to accept. Unconditional love is the end game. It's how we heal conditioning and deep-rooted shame. So what questions can we ask to see through each other's masks? Expansive questions have the power to unlock any door. They will help us find deeper connection than before. I think this poem inspires me because it really probes us and encourages us to find meaning and connection to everyone around us. And so I'm going to end on a poem that I wrote, and it's going to be in my book coming out at the end of 2022, called Seasons of Sobriety. And this poem was created after someone asked me a really important question. So that's why I thought I would share it after reading beyond the surface. He asked me where the poems come from. I said it's in the breeze, inside the ease of you and me, in the sniff of moonlight, colors at twilight, cigarette at night, and a midnight flight I cast into clouds, as inspiration will come from thin air, from nowhere to anywhere. So I'm gonna leave you on that. I have little bookmarks that you guys can pick up. I'll set them on this back table where the poetry books are. Feel free to grab one, and I hope that you guys, from listening to this, challenge yourselves and be aware of what you're saying and be aware of the questions you're asking to each other. Thank you.